Our big stories today, bail proceedings for the two accused of the murder of ex-Recce and security guard Terence Tegg during the Clover Strike are going to resume today at the Tembisa Magistrates Court. Let's remind you where we are in this. AfriForum's private prosecutions unit is busy assisting Tegg's fiancée Michelle Bebbington, as well as one of the security guards who sustained serious injuries in the brutal attack. Let's bring back into the conversation now private prosecutions Gerrie Nel from AfriForum joining us today. Advocate, good morning. I appreciate your time in joining us this morning. People are wondering, perhaps just remind me as we begin our conversation, why are you getting involved in this? Is the SAPS not able to do their job?
Well, I wouldn't say they're not able to do their job. They can use every assistance they can get. We got involved early in the matter because there was a breakdown in communication between the South African Police Service and the victims in the matter. They didn't know what was going on, and we got involved. In this particular matter, the police management indicated that they welcome our involvement and that they would welcome all the assistance we can give. We have been giving assistance. At the moment, as you said, the bail application is ongoing. Captain Tegg will resume his evidence today. There's been an interesting development, however, and that is after court proceedings, when Captain Tegg left the court building, he was threatened by the supporters of the accused. That indicates to you the atmosphere at court. But if I could just add one more thing, this is a Schedule 6 offence. So in terms of Schedule 6, I don't want to be too technical, but in terms of Schedule 6, the accused must show exceptional circumstances why their release on bail would be in the interest of society. So they've given two reasons. One is that they've got fixed addresses, and the second is that they were not involved. But Captain Tegg's evidence was clear. He gave evidence of a senseless, brutal killing. And not only that, they chased after Mr. Kasanga. They brought him down. They used his own firearm to hit him in an axe-like way by holding the gun at the barrel. And they also went back to Mr. Tegg and stole his wallet and personal effects. So this is a brutal, senseless killing, and we're there to ensure that justice is done.
I would like to pick up on two things, Advocate. One is the mentioning of the intimidation outside of the court after the previous appearance. How would that be relevant in a court case like this? Is this something that can be brought into the court's attention and hopefully have something done about it? What's the hope there?
Yeah, well, that's the first thing. The second thing is one of the aspects one has to look at in granting bail is the prevalence of this kind of offence. Now, we all know that public violence is a competent verdict on murder, and public violence, but we know what happened here is a group of people attack these victims, and we also know that a group of people threatened the investigating officer. So there's a prevalence of public violence in that area and by this group. What's also very important to understand and to take into account is that people that showed themselves willing and able to kill are now armed. They stole the two shotguns of both Mr. Tegg and Mr. Kasanga. So I think that's very important. And the second aspect is with the assistance of with our assistance, 4 people were identified. That's still out there. The captain visited the addresses. They're not at the addresses. So we think that unlike other matters where a group of people attack someone, in this particular matter, we've identified 4 other people, and Captain Tegg will do what he can to arrest those people as well.
Just before I say goodbye to you, Advocate, obviously we're waiting for the bail proceedings to get underway later. There will be lots of reaction to this later in the day once the decision is made. On the assistance perspective, what sort of assistance would you be offering to the SAPS? I imagine this is to ensure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Having your involvement, does it expedite a case like this?
Without a doubt. We all know that the police are really busy. They sit with lots and lots of matters. And so, yes, we give whatever assistance we can get. We sit with an office with years and years of experience in this kind of matters. And we also liaise between the families, we liaise between the employer and the police, and we just make sure that all the evidence before court.
Advocate Gerrie Nel, I appreciate your time. There's going to be a lot to look at once the bail proceedings get underway a little later today. But AfriForum's head of private prosecutions unit, Advocate Gerrie Nel, joining us here on the South African Morning. We'll be keeping a very, very close eye on that court case here on eNCA throughout today.